Yo guys, what's up and welcome back to another episode of the Earthquakes Career Mode. Today we are back at it. We're in July, the start of the summer transfer window. I don't know if I will be doing anything in this window. Most likely I will be selling players, but basically the main thing that we gotta do, the main thing that we should focus on isn't even transfers. It's winning games and it's keeping up with LAFC. We're one game behind them right now, and we have a chance, if we win like 3-0 or something, to go ahead of them into first place. Now I know some of the table might seem a bit different because basically what happened was last episode I played all the games, I simmed all the games, I stopped the recording, and something happened when I went into the transfer window. It glitched or something, and I basically got kicked out. So I had to go back in, and it set me back all the way to the Orlando game. So then I had to re-sim them, and I tried to get similar results. So I got a 2-0 win against Colorado instead of a 3-0, and a 3-0 win against Orlando instead of a 2-0. So my results are the same. We're on the same amount of points and the same amount of goal difference. But I think Seattle actually won a game when in the other timeline, I guess you could call it, they didn't win a game. They were on like 39 points. So that's like, I think it's fine that, you know, it's different because it's actually worse for me. Seattle are closer to me, so I think it's fine in that reason. But I did actually figure out what happened to Seattle as well. I got very confused on how they started dropping points. And I thought it was LA because LAFC beat them 1-0, I know that. And then I think they also lost to LA Galaxy, as you can see right there. Later on in the month, they lost 4-0 to the Whitecaps. So that was, I think, their fourth loss in a row, actually. No, they beat RSL. But basically, I didn't even look at the Eastern Conference, which is what I should have done. And DC ended up beating them 2-0. So they lost 3 in a row. They lost against LAFC, DC, and then LA Galaxy. So that's just to clear up that. That was just some confusion on my part because I didn't know why Seattle were dropping so many points. Unfortunately, once again, we have a training injury at the beginning of a transfer window, at the beginning of the month. Seems to always happen. Now, this time is different because I think we do have a lot of good backup pieces in the squad, so that will be Michael's spot for now on. So, unfortunately, Alfredo Morales is out for 6 weeks, but Michael's will definitely replace him well. Ricardo Carrera is looking really, really good, and I think he is very close to being called up. But we face Minnesota. So we faced Minnesota twice before this season, and it always seems to be at the start of the month. We've beat them 2-0 both those times, so hopefully we can have a similar result here. Michaels is in, though, the 18-year-old CDM. He's going to be on the left center mid, and other than that, our squad is the same. Of course, we still have a lot of the guys out on the World Cup. Wondolowski is really starting to downgrade in rating a lot, though, which is unfortunate. And I don't know if even playing him will help that. So it is his last season, of course. He's still got, 4 or so months left, but he definitely is making me want to maybe sign Correa a bit early. We go in against Minnesota on July 2nd. They've lost their past 3 games. We don't have our kind of anchor in the midfield in the form of Morales, but let's see what Michaels can do. Let's just get this win. It should be pretty comfortable. We've beat them 2 out of the 2 times. And another 2-0. Funny enough, another 2-0. Miranda and Espinosa each getting the goals. Miranda starting to score a bit more often, which I'd love to see. He's 100%, 200% doing better than Jensen at this point. So I think he has, at this point, kind of cemented himself as a starter in that center attacking mid. And our last scouting report, unfortunately, from Ivory Coast, has brought us absolutely no one. I don't think we've had a player above 65 rating, which absolutely sucks. We have 3 more months, I believe, of the US trip as well, but we will send our scout back out. And I think we're going to go to another country. This time, maybe we go to Europe. we do have quite a few players from like the Nordic countries, so maybe we go up there and try and get some youth from there. So I'm thinking I kind of want to go Norway. I think we go Norway, physically strong, get some Vikings in the team and stuff like that. But we've got 21 million as well for any transfers that we want to do. We are away against Philadelphia Union. I think they are a pretty decent team. We have Tommy Thompson out as well, and I don't really think we have a replacement at this point. We are going to be playing Lima at right back. This was his natural position like a year ago or so. So we'll play him there. And then Salinas, I think this is one of the first appearances he's made for the club after I joined, which he is a Quakes legend, but he wasn't good enough to get into the plans, unfortunately, with the team. But he will play against Philadelphia Union. Only 3 days since our last game. They've won, lost, and won. I'm thinking we win again. We've been rolling lately, and I think a lot of it has to do with Cameron in goal. 4-1, as you can see there. Toy, Michaels, and Sullivan. So 2 of the youth players getting their goals, but 4-1. We will face Sporting KC in the next match, and we do have quite a bit of stamina issues to deal with. So we put in Wondolowski, Fierro, Thompson's back in the team, and then Alanis at the center back. We are going against Sporting KC as well, who I think are still pretty decent. Of course, we've had our troubles with them last season. They were probably the most annoying team to face. We lost to them in the US Open Cup final, and then a couple times during the season we really needed to win games, and they just absolutely smashed us. But we're gonna go in. We're at home, feeling pretty good about this match. Right now we haven't lost this month, and we've had 2-0 again. Miranda and Sullivan, 2 more youth players scoring. That's what you absolutely love to see. The youth players getting up into the squad and doing the work, getting the goals, and winning us the game. So that is amazing. We're undefeated right now in this episode, and we are having a really, really fast succession of games as well. As you can see, we had a super crowded first start of the season. Only 2-game break between Philadelphia, and then another 2-game break against Sporting. Now we have a 3-day break, and then we finally get a week off, give us some chance to replenish our energies and stuff like that. And it's also RSL, so this should be an easy game. I still don't think they've won a game. LAFC actually tied against Orlando, and I don't think they have a game in this round of fixtures. They only have it next week, so I think this is our chance to finally go into first. We're starting to pull away. The West is very top heavy. As you can see, 2 teams in Minnesota and Real Salt Lake who have not won a game yet. Only 6. They're on 6 and 5 points. That is crazy. And then the East is much more spread out, but their first place team would be in 3rd in our league by quite a significant margin. But me and LAFC are starting to pull away. This is a massive game for us to win, and it's against RSL. I mean, I would like to say this is a guaranteed win, but who knows? Real Salt Lake haven't won a game. We're at home. If they win this one, it's just gonna be it's gonna be absolutely heartbreaking if they win this against us. But we go in, we beat them 5-0 last time and 4-0 the time before that, and 5-1 is the scoreline today. Toy gets 2, Miranda gets 1, Fierro gets 1, and Lima gets 1. Miranda, however, got injured 2 months. Never mind. I guess it was pretty bad. So 2 months without Miranda, who's been really, really starting to pick up his form. It absolutely sucks. He's only like 18. It won't like totally ruin his career, but it's definitely going to put a damper on it. But now thinking about it, Correa, I think we signed Correa. I guess the World Cup ended and I didn't really notice, but we have all of our players back except for Morales. So unfortunately, it will have to wait for Correa. But we'll wait for an easier game and then we'll start to put him in. But I didn't even notice. LAFC did in fact play a game. How did I not see that? But I think they might have drawn or lost again. Oh, it must be in the East. That's what it is. I always forget that. So they drew against New England, 5th place New England on 28 points. So we'll go in at CenturyLink Field July 19th. Wow, they've lost their last 3 games at least. 1-0 against FC Dallas, 2-0 against LA Galaxy, and 4-1 versus Toronto. They might have had an injury, and maybe that's why they just started to fall off. Because they were just rolling. They were undefeated. And then all of a sudden they had like 4 or so losses, and now probably even more. We go in though. I think we can get the win. I think I'm trusting in the boys. 2-1. There we go. Jensen comes back. Schkoff comes back from the World Cup. Doing well. Schkoff, of course, he missed a lot of time from the World Cup, but he was on a roll with goals. He was like in the top goal scorers. Now I believe he's on 10, but Zardes right now is actually rolling away with it. But I feel like Schkoff could get up into that like top 5 or so. So going into the last game of today's episode, we are 1 point ahead of LAFC with a game in hand. Of course, we're home against Impact Montreal. I think they're pretty low in the table. Yeah, they're in last. They're in dead last. So quite easy games for us this episode. We had a last place RSL who haven't won a game, and we also have the last place team in Impact Montreal. But we will be putting Nick Lima back into the squad, and now we basically have the full decked out squad except for Morales. But Michaels has been doing fine. He's been doing absolutely fine. I do think we play Correa. Jensen keeps getting mad at me, and I don't really like him anymore. Correa will make his first start. I don't think we've gotten a player above 3-star, 3-star. We've gotten like 5-star, 2-star, but all the other ones have been, I think, 3-star, 3-star, which is crazy. But we go in July 25th, home against Impact. They've drawn, lost, and lost. Let's just make it another loss. 2-0. Correa on his debut. The future of San Jose is in safe hands. Correa with a goal on his debut. Number 19 in the 19th minute. Is he? No, he's 17 years old. That would be amazing if he was 19 years old as well. And then Sullivan. Sullivan is getting goals from the center back, weirdly enough. He's been getting a decent amount. But once again, our youth academy players carrying us through these games. 2-0. Correa also increases to a 66. And I think after that performance, he might be getting a lot more game time than previously expected. We're now 4 points ahead. LA just had their game, and LAFC want Tommy Thompson. I would do this, but it's LAFC. You're not getting Tommy Thompson. You're not getting the GOAT, Tommy Thompson. However, LAFC just played their game. They are keeping up. They're doing well to be keeping and winning their games. Oh, in the next game. Next month is a big one. That is going to be all for this one, but next month is going to be a big one. Paris, 108 million for Kingsley Coman. Jesus. But yeah, next episode we will be facing LAFC, and probably the biggest or most decisive game of the season. It's going to probably, I think we're going to win this. I think we're going to win this, so it's going to, put us 4 points ahead with a game in hand. So that is going to be all for me. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later.